AITA for demanding my parents not include my adopted siblings when we go out to dinner for my birthday? 5 years ago, my 15M parents adopted two of my siblings. I'll call them Cassandra 17F and Layla 15F. 2 years ago, Luku 2M, their biological younger brother, absolute light of my life, best boy, was born and surrendered, so he was placed with us too. Since they were adopted as preteens, a major priority for my parents was bonding with them 2-on-3. And they go to a lot of bonding things. They're constantly bouncing between adoption therapy, family therapy, which feels weird because I'm also part of the family. I'm only included once in a while, usually to be told I need to be less of a show-off, and every single bonding thing they can find. They also take them out after individual therapy, which I 100% support and would never admit to being jealous of IRL, but God, am jealous of it. I know it's not the same, but I had 6 bouts over the summer and it was a miracle that they attended too. Which did not include the last fight or the family day. At least come for the catharsis of seeing me get whacked with a sword. Sometimes circumstances demand that I'm there, and I moved my schedule to make this happen more often. At first they let me hang to the side, but then they ask that I step back so I'm not engaging with whatever it is they're doing with my sisters, because the bonding activities are supposed to be for them. Last night, I told my parents that I wanted them to do things with me, alone. That they were wildly favoring my siblings over me, and I wanted to have dinner on my birthday with only them. They didn't take it well, and threatened to send me to therapy. We ate in silence for a few minutes. I tried to tell them I won the season-long bracket, and they emphasized how much it was not a time to be bragging or doing anything except apologizing. They said my siblings are traumatized and in need of more support. They also accused me of believing my siblings aren't real just because I wanted to have some time with my parents where it wasn't about my siblings. After dinner, Layla said she thought it was a good idea, and suggested we go out as a family, but paying attention to me in particular for the whole week. That sounds incredibly embarrassing, but amazing. I'd adore that, especially since I want to hang out with my sisters more anyway. Cassandra, though, pulled me aside and said that I had always been a spoiled asshole, but that this was like a healthy man demanding stitches from a poorly stocked first aid kit because everyone else had them and he wanted to feel special. She said I should take a step back and realize that that was an awful thing to ask. I'm split between wanting to run away so my family doesn't have to deal with me and sinking into the comfort of self-pity. I just want my own parents or my own siblings or somebody to genuinely care about how I feel or be glad when I do something well. Demonoff Sarala says, NTA trauma healing is not a poorly stocked first aid kit where supplies only go to those most in need. Requesting one B-day dinner with only your parents so you guys can chat is not a rude thing to ask. It's not like you were expecting every week or something, just one meal out of the whole year. You are allowed to feel ignored and want to be acknowledged at least sometimes. I mean, they're also allowed to say no, they can't make it happen since they would be footing the bill, I assume, but I don't get that whole apologize for having feelings needs reaction. Maybe take them up on the offer to go to therapy and tell your therapist you feel ignored and that you feel that your emotional needs for validation aren't being met. They could likely offer you quality advice about how to handle the situation, give you advice on things like what to say and how to tell your parents. Therapists can be an amazing resource to talk to about how to navigate social situations and how to effectively communicate your needs to others in a healthy way. Because yes, your siblings have needs, but your needs feelings matter too. Everyone matters. There's no need for the trauma Olympics because seriously? My parents were abusively neglectful, had 5 kids, but I still got only me time with each of my parents. It was rare, but like it was there. Dramatic_attempt 4318 says, you're NTA. I do not mean this condescendingly but as a statement of fact. You are a child. You deserve to have parents who are present and engaged in your life. What your parents do for your adoptive siblings is admirable. It sounds like they're genuinely doing their best for those kids. But it does not mean they can sacrifice you or your needs, or that your needs are less important or a lesser priority. There might be an argument for if there was a bad day and a parent had to rain check something to deal with someone navigating something big, but that isn't the case here. This is a clear pattern of behavior and you are asking your parents to be present in your life individually. It speaks a lot to your character that you talk about this the way you do. A lot of people are eaten up by resentment and it's a fair emotional response, if they were, but you don't sound bitter. You just sound like a teenager who wants his parents to be present in his life and you are NTA for that. Do you have a guidance counselor at school? They might be a good resource to try to talk things through with to see if they can help you come up with ideas, and maybe even help intercede on your behalf. I'm sorry, Op. You sound like a really, really good kid and the way you talk about your adoptive siblings is so full of compassion and care. I hope someone starts acting with that degree of consideration in your direction, as you've offered everyone else. Major_Barnacle_2212 says, take them up on that threat to go to therapy. It actually may be the kindest thing they've offered for you, and maybe your therapist can help you get the attention you deserve. NTA, thanks for watching. I love you. Follow Reddit Echoes for more.